just generally on principle, they're like, they could be doing Roshan. Either way, we just have to stay away from them.
This is happening.
Yeah,
I think they have a pretty good idea this is happening, and they're just looking to get some kind of trade for it. I mean, even if Void does get that perfect chrono, with the downside of the Quaswex Invoker is that you just don't have a lot of damage that you would have if he had gone Exort.
Yeah.
So what are you going to really do in that Chronosphere? I mean, you got the Wombo Witch Doctor ulti combo, but if you miss just one of their hero, they got a ton of tools to stop that Witch Doctor ult. And you can't put the darn Death Ward in the Chrono anymore, which kind of sucks.
They're just going to continue to pushing here, knowing that the natural reaction from HellRaisers is going to go from the Roshan pit to the nearest tower, which is the bottom tier 2. Alliance want to make as many trades as possible right now and not fight HellRaisers if possible. So they're going to continue their push in the top lane. HellRaisers do something similar. HellRaisers do have the opportunity to push uphill, which will probably force Alliance to TP back, whereas Alliance are unlikely to be able to provide the same pressure. But
look at that. Look at that. HR feel like they're forced to respond, and Alliance look like they may get a more even trade than they should.
Yeah, if they'd come in a little bit sooner, they could have actually jumped Pycat, prevented their tier 2 from dying, and actually gotten the tier 2 for nothing. But now there's going to be an actual fight. Loda's coming in with the Chronosphere, grabbing just one. It's going to be Goretz. They turn around, throw down the ultimate onto Loda. He takes a bit of damage, and it's going to be forced back here with this Mask of Madness active. But they get the one kill and TP out, or not. Afo in response gets the kill onto the Void, and now looking for more with his haster, and Pycat is able to pop his Ghost Walk ahead of Afo, and they don't have any counter vision. So.
Yeah, and Loda, one of my favorite players of all time, but I really disagree with the decision making there. That was just, even if you get that kill and you get out, is the risk worth it? And I say no. I mean, you just got a favorable trade. There's no reason to give him anything.
Artist coming forward, looking for Nikwa. Now gonna pop his doppelganger and start farming up. They don't have any counter vision. Oh dear. That's awkward. Ghostwalk just slows him down. Nothing special coming out of that one, but something that HellRaisers obviously do need to consider is they are not holding a single bit of counter vision except for on Goretz.
Well, but Ninja about another 1,900 gold or so away from his BKB, and they are going to have a very hard time doing anything to this storm. I mean, Chrono and Lasso, right, are really the only things that they have that can bother the Storm Spirit during fights once they get to the BKB. And I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get in on him to use those spells.
Yeah, and even if they do, if BKB's popped prior to those,
they have
those
no follow-up
abilities hitting him, they don't actually have that much physical damage to kill him, most likely. So
right. This is going to be
double Force Staff and the Yule Scepter.
Yeah.
Dread is going to try and respond to Nikwa, trying to get himself away. He's actually fast enough. Thanks to that silence. Oh, wow, that hook shot super close. Dread, who still has his ultimate, if he actually follows where this nuke goes, he might be able to blow him up. Oh, Nikwa, he gets away a little bit faster, and he would have died, but Nikwa survives about a half a second.
Meanwhile, back at the Radiant base, poor Aki.
Oh, Jesus. He gets taken out, pushback from Pycat. Artist is underneath. He does have the Manta, but locked down by the Chronosphere. Almost bumped out there. That would have been tragic if he had been bumped out of the Chronosphere and Doppelganger had been allowed to go out from the PL. He could have escaped, but fortunately that doesn't happen, and Artist very, very aggressive, way too aggressive in his push into the middle lane.
Exactly. You do... you are ahead. You have quite the advantage in this game, but you do need to show some respect to that Void Chronosphere, even after the pickup of the Witch Doctor.
Well, this is going to be a free pickoff, I would presume. Afo. There goes the smoke. Sees Nikwa. Grabs him now with the Orchid. Enough burst damage, most likely, as long as he dodges their tornadoes. Nikwa actually survives, just 50 HP. Afo. Didn't want to play too aggressively there, especially after watching Artist die.
Too. That was really close.
Nice.
Yep.
Loda, who's also smoked up, is about more like 2/3 of the way to his BKB. Once he has that, things will change up quite a bit. He won't have to worry about Afo as much. He doesn't have to worry about the Skywrath Mage ultimate, kind of zoning him out from the hero he chooses to target under Chronosphere. Even the Clockwork. And the danger that that guy brings along. Looks like he just barely missed a TP out there from the Faceless Void.
Yeah, I mean, I still question whether Loda is going to have, even after the BKB, whether Loda is going to have enough damage to really maximize that Chronosphere. Because the BKB's already come out from the Storm Spirit. They could look to fight right now. Let's see how close Artes is. Okay, Artes is not that close to his next item.
Yeah, I'm more concerned like that HellRaiser. I'm actually on the opposite side of the fence here, and I'm concerned that HellRaisers are not actually, like, they're being stalled up essentially. And
yeah, and they're really kind of complicit in that. They're letting themselves be stalled, which is a little bit puzzling to me. I mean, they have a super strong lineup right now.
Phantom Lancer going to go for the Boots of Travel, so that will help deal with the split push a lot better. That's for sure. So he can now like push in the top lane after Alliance, try and split push it out, and still be there for the fights in time. Loda.
Yeah, that's
going to look for the
pretty...
pick-off here. Never mind. Phantom Lancers, the real one's already backed up. Force Staff or goddamn. So.
That gap closing ability from Phantom Rush is a really nice addition to the hero.
Oh yeah, especially with all those illusions.
Right, exactly. It gives your illusions a chance to just be that much more annoying. I mean, even if you can't split push, you can still disrupt the presence of the enemy in lanes.
Right. Man, HellRaisers get a lot of farm on their supports too. Like the Eul Scepter picked up by Dread. We now had the Force Staff on the Chen as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Farmed.
Skyrath is number 6 on the net worth boards.
Yeah, they're actually both ahead of the Clockwork, who's still struggling to get that Aghanim Scepter. If the Clockwork was actually in a better position, I would have very little fears about this game stalling out. Because then at that point, HellRaisers as a whole is getting a lot of farm, even if the Invoker and Chrono, or the Faceless Void, are kind of keeping up with the cores of HR.
I mean, you say stalling out, but it's not like HR have had good coordinated aggression and been rebuffed.
Right.
I mean, HR got caught out once. Artes was way too far forward and aided death by the Radiant T2 mid, and from there it just felt like the whole team got cold feet.
Yeah, they are controlling the map decently well. Alliance are forced to like 2 or 3 man everywhere they farm because the potential pick-off of the Storm Spear, that's always the biggest danger.
Right.
Dealing in a storm, you have to group up, but if the enemy takes map control, obviously you're going to be grouped up, but economically as a whole, the net worth is just going to climb down and down and down over time.
Yeah, and Alliance really is the team that's behind. They don't have very good vision around the map. They only have the one observer warder here top lane.
Yeah, which does see Goretz's rotation. And they're so afraid it's actually Goretz all by himself, but they're so afraid they don't even try and get a kill on him.
Right, exactly. I mean, it just frees you up to play so much more aggressive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
HR, what are they waiting on next? They get the gem from the Storm Spirits, so they now can limit even more vision from Alliance and try and get those kills. They're waiting out for the Clockwork and that counter ward, but Goretz is actually heading straight down lane. So slight difference in decision-making means that Goretz will actually very luckily evade that attempted trap.
Yeah. And their Pycat you see finishing up the BKB, so he's going to have a lot more freedom in these fights. But again, the question for Alliance that keeps coming to my mind, where is the damage going to come from in these fights?
They really need a Maelstrom on that Void. Oh, he actually forewent the BKB.
Oh, okay,
Maelstrom.
He did get the Maelstrom. All right, yeah, I do too. I think that's a good decision. And he's got the spare Mithrheimer in his inventory already toward the BKB. So Loda's item situation actually a little bit better than we thought.
Yeah, so that's a nice farming item. Good way to clear through the Phantom Lancer illusions. Not the greatest, because Phantom Lancer is getting pretty big. He's got 1,700
Oh, here's
health.
Alpha Ninja getting lassoed.
Oh, this could be beautiful. The Tornado comes in, BKB activated by Baphone. They're going to be able to get Nikwa. And now trying to chase down Pycat as well. Artist comes forward, instant bash. Gets off the Doppelganger and will get himself away. As Loda doesn't really want to try and get a leap chrono, nor should he.
That tornado was just a split second too late. Allowed the Storm Spirit to hit his BKB.
So time to push uphill. 30 seconds on the clock for the Bat Rider. And that's time for the Illusions to beat down this Tier 3 tower. Fortunately, they do have Tornado and Meteor. Those kind of things are pretty good at dealing with these exact kind of scenarios where you don't want to fight, but you need to deal with the push.
Wow.
Stunned up, Chronosphere laying down, is going to be able to catch two with the ultimate there, actually inside of it. Okay, unfortunately mistimes that positioning, and they may lose the fight because of it. Goretz gets in, gets the double kill, backing themselves up. Afo just barely survives there, 40 HP. Loda with the buyback will get Goretz, but what else is he going to get? Doesn't look like anything. Dread's already TPing out. Nikwa, flame break. Oh no, he stopped his sticky napalm, and that costs him. Costs him dearly, as the Skyath Mage is going to be able to get out. He'll still get the Chen, which is fine. Or should get the Chen. He's still got Lasso if necessary. Afo comes forward, actually already hit by the deafening blast there. Means he can't actually kill Nikwa. Force staff forward. Nice play there from Nikwa. Now grabs Afo. Can they actually get him? They got him. They lock him down. They take the gem. They'll get the Tier 1 tower, and Alliance definitely make a lot of worth out of that buyback from Loda.
Are you serious? Just
Dread, what are you doing?
Massive.
HellRaisers now feeding away kills left, right, and center. Dread's going to be slowed down by the sticky napalm, dodges the tornado, but still run down eventually. As obviously he's going to be overwhelmed. His whole entire team is dead. And the creep wave is right there. They can go for a Tier 2 as well.
Now, that last fight, a lot of that, I think, was Mad getting in and getting the finger off on Artest. They blew him up immediately. He did nothing in that last fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty terrible fight for HellRaisers, man. They lost a lot of their lead.
This is why you don't deny the tower at 46 HP. They do use it to TP down close to the Roche pit.
Yep, and they will look to try and get that secondary Aegis for Artis. They got to wait until the Storm Spirits back up, of course. We have an Aghanims finished up by Goretz. We saw the Ghost Scepter earlier. Scotty next for Artis. Doubt he's going for anything else. Lincoln's wouldn't be terrible versus Batrider and the Lion Hex, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, but now the big items, and that is exactly what I had in mind. The big items are going to start coming out for Alliance here now. They've been allowed to make so much progress.
As long as Ake doesn't make the same mistake as last time, which was putting the ward inside the Chronosphere.
Yeah, oh God, I've had the worst run of Dota lately anyway, but I do that so often now. It just kills me. There's nothing like knowing not to do something and then doing it anyway.
Yeah, doing it anyway.
Yeah, but it looks like HR are going to get another Roshan here, and like before, Alliance are more or less, they got to know this is happening, and they're going to allow it.
Not feeling confident enough to try and take a fight outside of their base. I would agree with that. Instead, they go for like the potential pickoff in top lane.
Yes. And the timing is not quite right. I mean, you talk about this all the time, just managing those power curves and being aware of where the power spikes are. Loda is about to hit this power spike with the BKB. He would not have had it up in time if they'd have tried to contest that Roshan.
Yeah. Definitely makes a big difference in these engagements. Well, look at that. A regeneration rune for Afo.
Oh, yeah, gee. The rich get richer. But now Alliance is firmly back in this game. This game has changed so dramatically from a win probability perspective.
Oh, what will you give for that gem that you lost earlier, Afo?
Or just, how about buy some dust?
Yeah, whoa, Clockwork going to jump on an Equa, bouncing it back with the cogs. Beautiful set is Mad. Frustratingly runs into it twice in a row. Chronosphere catches two with a DD. That's going to be a good one as he locks onto Goretz with all the damage of double ultimates there. They will finish off one. The buyback here, Artis is already in play. Gets the doppelganger to the right side. Afo locked in, does have an Aegis. He's going to try and finish off Nikwa and force this fight more. But unfortunately, Nikwa managed to get himself away. They lose their two supports, but considering the buyback there, I don't think that's too bad of an exchange.
I can't believe, though, that he committed that Chronos so early on just the Clockwork and the Chen.
Yeah, that was, especially since he doesn't have the Aghanims, he doesn't have the same kind of power to just throw it out whenever he wants to.
Right, the Clockwork is not an impact hero in this game.
Yeah. Maybe he thought that if they got two, HR wouldn't be able to push in for a minute and a half, and Chronosphere would be back up. But because they kind of failed that fight, plus the buyback, HR going to come in and take down this tier 3 tower potentially.
35 seconds till Chrono is up. I'm not sure that they can mount a defense without Chronosphere.
Yeah, HR a bit skittish though and pushing uphill. They're just letting the illusions do all the work.
Yeah, and Alliance have enough AoE. They're able to delay these creep waves just enough. I think they're going to get by with this here. Only 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, they actually do very little to that tier 3 tower because it's really only Afo who's doing it. Like, yeah, they got an illusion running forward doing, 6 damage a shot, but...
Бараки задефали, получается, да? Да. И вот он, собственно, барак. 670 здоровья. Сейчас посмотрим на следующий заход. Вот с каким количеством хпшки там будут воевать. Ну, с этим бараком, в смысле. Так, сейчас, секундочку. Так, у Сларка Башер нарисовался. Скади Башер Shadow Blade. Да, в принципе, очень недурной запак. С таким можно и каточки даже выигрывать. Что там, кого поймали? Где? Люди? Нет? Нет людей? Нет, мне показалось. Это Эмбер шалил. Крипов развлекал. Так, ну что за погони? Или решили отправиться сейчас Ашеры просто по верхней линии, там, где еще стоит вышка Т2, которую бы хотелось, естественно, забрать. Все-таки единственная преграда, которая осталась. Так. Ну, давайте, погнали. Да,